All right, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to all of you that tuned in today. We have a brand new show called Daddy Hacks with FSU baseball players James Tibbs, Jordan Carrion. Guys, I'm excited for this show. Appreciate you doing it with us. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing great, man. Thank you for having us. Really excited to, talk about the inside of what goes on in our lives and, what's to come. But I feel really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the same. I think this is something that we both thought was pretty cool and something we should do. And the whole point of us doing this is to give everybody inside look of what Florida State baseball looks like, from our side of the field. And so, I think it's important to allow us to get involved with the fans, and so we both felt pretty passionate about this, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. We launched a show last week called The Throwdown. Michaela Edenfield hosts that for us, and I agree. Both her show and you guys' show, it is really cool for us that tune in and watch every game and live and die with every pitch, just like you guys do, to really find out kind of what goes on behind the scenes, try and give people an exclusive look that maybe they're not getting anywhere else. If you're watching this, if you're listening to it, whether it's video or audio, do us a favor and hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We'll do this all year long. It'll not only be a weekly show, we've got ideas for different content that we're going to do throughout the year. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you thumbs up the video. Guys, I'm going to let you guys take it away, and we're going to get started. And good luck, and excited to watch this and hang out with you guys all year.
Good.
What's going on, guys? My name is James Tibbs,
I'm Jordan Carrion.
and this is Daddy Hacks. We kind of thought that the name Daddy Hacks was pretty accurate, at least for me, and how I swing. So we thought it was kind of funny, a little cheesy, and kind of wanted to bring this content to you, kind of give you an inside view of college baseball and Florida State. And so a lot of y'all live and die, just like we do. And so we thought it was something that we wanted to do and bring to everybody involved. So looking forward to bringing y'all content throughout the year. And so let's dive in. JC?
Before we dive in, I just want to touch on, like you said, Daddy Hacks. I think it was a good name, especially for you, especially kind of fits you, your approach a little bit, maybe not with two strikes. But for me, it was something I need to maybe work on a little bit, but definitely a cool name and catchy. But like you said, we're just excited to, be able to talk to each other, and maybe I learned more stuff about, stuff I didn't know about him or about the team or just his look of it. And yeah, so let's go.
Let's get into it. All right, man. So first off, we want to talk about the fall.
So
what's going on, the experience, the coaching change, man. JC, what was your ideas? What was your view on it coming into it?
I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, obviously everyone I think was excited when we heard Link was the coach and he was gonna take over the program. But I was very mysterious to see how it was gonna go, how he ran his program and how he got it to such a good level. I feel like at Notre Dame. So I was very excited, but also didn't know really what to expect. Being a returning guy, obviously knowing that there's gonna be a lot of new faces, even our leaders, our coaches. So I guess I was really intrigued to see how this was gonna go, but it was awesome. I mean, there's a lot of different changes, a lot of things that I have never done in my experiences of playing baseball. And Link is a very attention to detail type of guy, and he does everything with a purpose and everything has a plan. At the beginning of the fall, I think we got right to it, and our first meeting, I felt like he set the tone. We knew I felt like after that meeting, I kind of got a better understanding of how he is as a person, how he likes to run things, and the fall I think it was good for us. I mean, we got a lot done. We had a lot of team meetings, just talking about things. And me personally, I'm a visual guy, so being able to see things and seeing him talk about it and also showing us, I feel like, examples of, whether it was big leaguers or former players of his or even maybe himself, and, breaking it down to us. And, the signs were different, the language, how he, communicates. So being able to learn that type of stuff was very interesting to me. I learned a lot this year, and we haven't even really started in the season yet. But I definitely learned a lot, and I think it was a great experience. And I'm just excited to get going for the season now.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I was super optimistic coming in. I had surgery in June, and so I was down here for most of the summer rehabbing. Had a shoulder injury prior in the season, and so got that worked on. Was down here for a lot of the summer and kind of really got a first look into what he was all about and what he wanted to do with us and our program, and just loved his vision. Everything from the first moment he stepped on stage at his press conference, just loved everything that he said, and everything has lived up to exactly what he said. He's just been super upfront, told you how it is, and for me, I love that type of coaching. It's super important for me to really get an understanding. Hey man, this is what you need to do. Okay, let's do it. So I loved it. Obviously, I did not play in the fall. Was sat out for most of it. Did a little bit of defensive work later on in the year. Didn't really get cleared until December, and so I was more on the sidelines than anything, which really kind of helped me really get an understanding of what was going on and the way that he wanted to run things. And I thought it was super special and very refreshing and just a really overall amazing experience. So I was super excited about it.
I agree with you. I feel like we both kind of had different experiences. Like you said, you were, dealing with injury, and I was, I guess going through the process. So I guess it was a little different for us. I guess for you, how was it like being able to see, what we were going through and being in the meeting rooms and being in the in our meetings and just learning from it, but not being able to actually physically do it, the next day or the day after or whatever we was doing that exactly. I guess how was that different for you? Like, how did you feel it was not being able to do that right away?
Yeah, I think it was hard. I mean, I think I've never had an injury before, so I've talked about before, I've never dealt with something like this, so it was definitely a different perspective for me. It allowed me to really, reset. I think I did a lot of finding out about myself spiritually. I think that was a big part, as a man growing up and just realizing, all the things that I needed to do to be successful. And I think that, being on the outside allowed me to kind of really take in everything that was being said and done and really use it, in a way that wasn't obviously putting it in physical form, but was mentally kind of understanding what was going on. So I think I was a little bit behind coming into the spring, but I felt like I caught up somewhat quickly enough to be ready to go. So I would say that probably would be the main thing. But I think that's something that was hard, but also it really was fun to be a part of and just see everybody moving around, always doing something, and really just impacting the game every single day. We didn't really scrimmage a lot. We did a lot of individuals. Yeah. So it was weird being on the outside of that, I think, but it was something that was super fun and it was challenging, but I enjoyed it for sure.
No, I agree. I agree with what you're saying, and I think for us, even being able, at least for me, being able to, do those things after we talked about it, it was still challenging. It was a lot to process, a lot of things that were going on. It wasn't just, simple signs that you might have done in high school or in the past. And, as you know, there's a lot to learn, a lot to process. I mean, we have 9 different approaches or something like that. So there's definitely a lot of different things that we talked about, and it was definitely challenging for, I feel like, even guys who were, doing it right away, and it took some time. And we're still working on it. I think we're a lot, closer to where we want to be now than where we were in the fall, but. It was good. It was good.
I definitely think we're ready. So, but obviously this year we have a lot of new guys. I think it's 22 newcomers or something like that.
Yeah, I believe so.
So it's a lot of new guys. Wanted to get into that a little bit and just kind of give you a little sneak peek into the young guys. I mean, we have so much talent coming in, so many promising arms, so many promising bats. Obviously, with headlined by Cam Smith, Jordan Taylor. Those guys are obviously really strong pitchers or strong hitters, and then we got Jamie Arnold and Davion Hickson, just to name a few, and wanted to get into that. So JC, kind of what's your thoughts on all those guys, and what do you think about them impacting the game coming forward?
I've been really impressed. If I'm being honest, I've been really impressed on how they handle their business. I mean, what they do on the field is speaks for itself.
No doubt.
Just how they handle themselves in the locker room, how they go about their business. I think they're really a mature freshman class than at least I was in my freshman year.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree.
They handle their business the right way. They get their stuff done. They're very open to learning things. You're not, stubborn in a way where they don't want to, hear from an older guy. And I've been really impressed. Obviously guys like Cam, being next to him a lot, and he's my throwing partner. He's taught me some things, honestly, and his routine and how he goes about his business, and he's actually taught me things. And being as a young guy, seeing how mature he is, and how disciplined he is, it's motivating. And a lot of guys on the team, like you said, guys like him and Diamas, they're really close. So being able to hang out with them and just picking their brain and see what's in their mindset and how they go about their stuff, it's motivating. And I think it's been really impressive, man, how they've done, and what they do on the field, I think speaks for itself. I think they're gonna have a big impact for us right away. I think they're ready for it. I think they can handle it. The lights come on, and I think these guys are gamers, and they're gonna step up to the challenge, and they're gonna open some people's eyes, I think, sooner than maybe people expected. And even guys who maybe aren't as talked about as much as other guys, I think they're gonna make an impact, and they're gonna step up to the challenge, and they're gonna do what it takes to be a winning team. And like I said, they're just really open, willing to learn, willing to do whatever it takes, I feel like, to help this team win. So I'm very intrigued to see how they do, and I'm excited for them. I'm sure they're all excited to get going, play their first college season. The one thing I will tell you guys is enjoy it, man, because it goes by quick, man. I'm on my third year now. I felt like yesterday I was a freshman in your shoes, and learning from the older guys and learning how they do it, how they go about their business and their experiences. So now I'm very excited to be on the field with those guys, and I think it's gonna be fun, and they're gonna have a lot of fun, and they're gonna love this place as much as I think we do.
No, yeah, I'd agree. I mean, I think up and down the list is just so much talent. Those guys are very well prepared. They do things the right way. They're extremely, polished for what you would expect out of a freshman. So super excited for them. I think there's going to be a couple names in there that y'all haven't necessarily gotten a lot about, but I think there's going to be some guys that really make an impact.
Absolutely.
And I won't name them just because I can't wait for them to kind of make that impact on their own.
Name for themselves.
It's going to be a super good group of guys, and I think there's going to be a lot of freshmen that make a huge impact this year. So super excited for them and all that they have. So, but obviously don't want to talk too much about them, but let's keep going.
Yeah.
So obviously pitchers are obviously going to be a big part of our year. What do you think? Who's your guys that have really made an impact on you this spring? And obviously we see them every day. Yeah. So
I'm tired of seeing those guys.
No, man, I'm so tired of seeing. I'll tell you what. There's nobody more ready to see a different pitcher than us. I think we've gotten the majority of the at bats against Wyatt and Monty and J-Bomb and Connor Whitaker and Jamie Arnold or Ben Barrett. Those guys have been phenomenal and just so much to be impressed about. So I would say the strength of our team is going to be those guys coming out every day, and you're going to know what you're going to get. You're going to get consistency, and you're going to get a bunch of guys that know what they're doing. So
to touch on what you're saying, like there's a lot of guys that I feel like could be impactful that are either young or older, and I believe Link said it not so long ago on our meeting or our dinner the other day. I think we lost about 300 plus innings of our returning arms. So there's a lot of guys who haven't maybe had as much experience in this level yet as probably maybe they want to or as we'd like them to have. But I think that's not gonna change anything. I think they're gonna still come out and do their thing. And like you said, they've been really good. And I'm tired of facing them. I want to see them, strike somebody else out on the other side and not talk back and forth from me.
Me as well. I think I'm tired of coming in the locker room and thinking about my IB and then looking across the room and seeing them after they just struck me out or something like that. And man, they're talented arms, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see a bunch of them go pretty early in the draft. So
absolutely.
Super excited, super thankful to have them on our side of the field for sure, and can't wait. I mean, Friday cannot get here soon enough. Yeah. So obviously it's something we've worked really hard for, and those guys have done just about as much as anybody in the country, and so I think they're going to be super successful this year.
I think the biggest thing too with them is that there's so much competition in this pitching staff, and everyone's of course fighting for their role and fighting for what's going to help the team the best. And I think it's just been really nice to see like all those guys learn from each other, and you don't see it where it's like it's almost like everyone's uplifting, and I'm really like like to see that as a player, especially as a shortstop, where you're talking to the pitcher a lot, and you're seeing these guys just really trying to help each other, and try to be the best they can be and not really, you know, take it personal or, you know, worry about their egos and stuff like that. It's just kind of like really nice to see those guys, you know, all want the best for each other. And, you know, whatever their roles are, I think they made very clear that they're ready to go for it.
Yep.
Whether it's the Friday night or it's the closer or it's the setup guy. I mean, I think they're open to really much anything that's going to help this team to be the best that we can be. And that's, you know, really nice to see as a player. And, you know, I appreciate that, guys, more than you know. And if you guys are listening or you guys join in, you know, I really do appreciate that. And I think that's going to go a long way. You know, They may not realize it in that moment, but it's good for them, and it's going to only make them better, I feel like.
No doubt. I mean, they're a strong group of guys. All of them, you know, from top to bottom are super solid, and they know what they're doing. And, man, I'll tell you what, they've come a long way since the fall, and even this spring they've come a long way. So it's been fun to kind of be a part of that and see that maturation process and see those guys kind of step up and figure out that, you know, whatever it is, starter, closer, somewhere in between, just I'm going out there to compete. So I'm super excited for that, and I think everybody's done a good job of doing what they need to do to be successful this spring. And I think from the pitching side, it's going to be better than most people think, and I think from the hitting side, it's going to be.
Absolutely.
I think the hitting side as well. It's just going to be a bunch of guys. I know we lost 5 starters, something like that last year.
Yeah.
I think we got 4 returners, something like that. Me, you, Jaime, Colton. Is that it? I think that's it. So we got a lot of open spots in the infield and the outfield as well, and a lot of new guys, some returners, some transfers that are all going to make an impact. So I think it's going to be a super good group of guys, and man, the spring practices have been super competitive, and a lot of guys have had really good at bats, a lot of surprises, a lot of guys that have stepped up. And from the hitting side, I mean, man, there's so many spots to make an impact, whether it's coming off the bench, DH, you know, first base, outfield, you know, second base. Like, there's so many open spots. So I think there's a lot of good guys that are going to be have an opportunity to play this year.
Absolutely.
So from top to bottom,
that's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to, you know, do what you do and showcase yourself. And I think, you know, everyone's been on the same page, man. I feel like there hasn't been no, you know, anything in the locker room, I feel like, where you feel our teammates, you know, maybe, you know, not feeling the same right way or whatever it is.
A little feisty.
There hasn't been none of that. And I feel like everyone's just been uplifting and motivating and trying to get each other better, and that goes a long way, and that's what's going to make, you know, a championship team and you know, get us to where we want to go, as you see in the background, Omaha. Not just get there, but of course win it. And you know, seeing that, and even like the new guys, you know, guys like McGuire, Holbrook, Jordan Williams, who are older guys who've, you know, taken on, I feel like, leadership roles, and even though they're new, they've you know, helped the younger guys, and even though they're, you know, everyone of course is fighting for a certain role on the team, but you know, it hasn't been, you know, feisty at all between the locker room. It's always been uplifting, and I think it's awesome to see. You know, our catcher depth is really
unbelievable,
deep, and you know, it's obviously there's only one catcher that can catch in the game, so you know, I think it's been good though to see those guys work and help each other out, and I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I would say the same. I mean, up and down, it's been a super solid bunch, and we've got a lot of guys that are competing. All right, so obviously, you know, we got guys like Nander DeSatis coming back, which has been super cool. You know, for me at least, I committed right before 2019 and their Omaha trip, which was super fun to watch, and obviously watching him and seeing him here was super cool, and to have him back has been super awesome for everybody. I think everybody's enjoyed him being here, and I think it's been super cool just to kind of learn from him and see how he, you know, works every day. So I think it's been super fun, at least for me.
I couldn't agree more with that. I mean, since Nander's been here, it's been awesome. You know, the day we met, I think it was the second day he was here. We've been almost like best friends ever since. And you know, I've known him for a month, but I feel like I've known him for 5 years. And you know, I hang out with him a lot outside the field. And he's just been a really good leader in the sense of the older guy that, you know, who is one of our few older guys that we have that has a lot of experience, that's played here longer than I think anybody has. He's actually, fun fact, played for all 3 coaches.
In the last 45 years.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting to say. But he's been great, man. He's been awesome to have back, and I think the fans are just as excited to see him on the field as we are.
No doubt.
But let's go into opening day. It's Friday. 4 days away now.
Man, how excited are you?
I mean, I think there's no words really that can tell how excited I am. But it's going to be awesome. I mean, I think Friday night's going to be sold out. Absolutely.
I think it is. I think all weekend is sold out.
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone's, you know, excited to see us, excited to see Link, of course. see him and what he has to bring and the change that he has. I think we've all got a kind of a taste of it, but we haven't got into it fully yet. So I think we're all excited to just get going. The fans are, we are. I mean, there's a lot of talks about us around the town, and I think we're all just ready to get that started and get that rolling. So
no doubt, I think Coach Jarrett's been awesome in preparing us, and we had fan day on yesterday, I guess, is Sunday. So obviously we had rain on Saturday, so couldn't end up getting anything going. But yesterday was fan day, which was super cool. Had a lot of people out, and for anybody that's listening that was there, thank you so much for coming and being a part of that. It was super fun to see all y'all and just kind of get that energy, back into Dick Hauser. And it was super fun to be a part of, and a lot of super cool people I got to meet as well. And so just super fun, super thankful for that, and just an amazing opportunity. Such a blessing, very humbling. So we're, if there's that many people on a random Sunday that we just kind of put together last minute because of rain, what's the season going to be like?
I can only imagine, and I think us, we've kind of experienced that last year, but I think the freshmen got a little taste of it, and they have no idea. I feel like they have no idea what's to come.
No.
Because it's like no other experience, and me being, as many people might know, coming from the rivalry school, Florida, and playing in SEC parks and playing with probably atmospheres that are really loud. I still think we compete with the best of them, and our fans are great. Shout out to Animals in Section B. They're awesome. They make the game so much fun, and hearing the K time and hearing just little things they
got
have.
me chills. I'm not gonna lie. Gave me chills.
Just little things they say when we come up to bat or whatever it is. It's awesome to hear. It really gets us going. It goes a long way, and we really feed off that energy. And
no doubt.
Like I said, I think the freshmen have, and even the new guys who are coming have no idea what it's like to play in Hauser, and I think they're gonna fall in love.
No doubt. I mean, like you said, there's nothing like it, and being at home is super fun and something that just sitting here just gets my adrenaline rolling. And
Absolutely.
There's nothing like a home game in Dick Hauser, and it's such a blessing to be a part of, and super cool to just be with these guys and the fans and everybody here. Has been such an amazing atmosphere with just amazing people that have been around it and know baseball, and know us, and so which is super humbling and super cool, and just cannot say enough about everything that goes into what the game day atmosphere feels like here at Dick Hauser. And just from the first pitch on, it's just such a loud and amazing place that I'm super blessed to be a part of, and I'm super glad I'm here and not on the opposing side. So
absolutely. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, and I think even being able to at least for myself, I really can't speak for yourself, but build relationships with some of those Section B Animals guys and some of those fans that you may not think we, I guess, have a relationship with, but we definitely do outside of the field or even like after a game, and being able to talk to them, it's humbling, and it's really exciting, and being able to have that, it's awesome. And then they support us, and we can't thank you guys enough for everything you do for us, and we're just excited to play again in front of you guys and hear you guys and hear the K time and all the chants you guys have to come. Hopefully some new stuff that we haven't heard will be kind of fun too.
Shout out to those guys, and then we'll Section B. Can't wait to see y'all this spring. Obviously, got a bunch of games. I think it's like 30-something home games this year. 28,
We got
29.
five road series or 6 road series because we have TCU.
Yep.
So I mean, what's that? 6 times 3 is 18. So
We'll have a good bunch of games either way. But
30 something.
It's going to be a fun series, and it's a fun year. And I'm super excited. I think if we're going to kind of transition to the season, a couple games I'm excited for. I'm really excited for the TCU series, just to go out there. I haven't been to Texas in a while, and super excited to go over there to Fort Worth and be over there. I think I'm super excited for that. I think I had so much fun in that Jacksonville game against Florida. Obviously, the outcome wasn't what I wanted, but just the atmosphere there was super cool, and felt like I was at a football game if I didn't know any better. So super excited for that as well. And I think that's kind of the main thing. I would say the 2 games I'm very much looking forward to.
I would say my biggest one this year is obviously Miami.
Of course.
Going back home, it's something I've dreamed about. Being able to be on the opposing side of coming back to my hometown and playing in front of probably half of the crowd that I know, and being able to know a lot of those guys on the other side of the field, and playing in front of my family and stuff like that. I think it's something I've always thought about and I've always wanted to do, and being able to have that opportunity this year, I think is going to be really, really exciting and really fun. And obviously we're gonna come out with a victory. But
no, I would say the same thing, man. Like I got to go to. Obviously, I'm from Georgia, so I grew up, going to Tech games and seeing, games there, and always, wanted to play there, whether it was, with them or against them, and got the opportunity to go there, and it was probably one of the coolest experiences of my life. Had all my family, had a bunch of friends there, so man, you're gonna love it. It's like no other. A little bit more nerves, I would say, but man, it's such a cool experience to play in front of that hometown crowd. And obviously, most people have no idea.
Yeah.
Most people might not have any idea that it means that much to you, but man, it means the world when you get to go and play for those people.
You got to experience that last year at Georgia Tech
Yep.
when we played over there, so I'm sure that was.
It's like nothing else, man. It was one of the coolest things ever. And have a decent series and play in front of family and friends, man. There's nothing like it. I grew up, going to games there, and my dad went to Georgia Tech, so obviously I was around there a good bit, and just seeing a lot of my childhood and that come to fruition, playing for Florida State was a dream come true for me. So I know it'll be everything and more that you asked for this year.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun one. And I guess, of course, playing Florida. I mean, that's always a fun one, whether it's for myself or for anyone on another team. But I think it's gonna be awesome to play those guys again. We didn't get the series win last year, like I was hoping we did. But I think this year we'll definitely change that around. But
hopefully, man, they got a good team though. It's gonna be a very good series.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's always fun against them.
Yes.
All right.
Anywhere else you're thinking about? You're excited to go? I think I'm excited for Louisville. I've always heard that's a pretty rowdy place, and they got a good bunch of fans there. So super excited for that. It's going to be a good way to end the year, and hopefully we come out with a couple victories, and obviously we go from there to the ACC tournament, which is in Durham this year.
Yeah.
If for those of you who did not know, we're actually playing at the Durham Bulls facility here this year. Changed it from Charlotte, which was an amazing place last year. I had a blast at Charlotte. That was such a cool place. Great atmosphere. Good. Just a good place to be at a game.
Crowds,
no doubt.
Atmosphere was awesome.
No doubt.
I think Louisville is a good one.
Yeah.
As some fans might know, there was some going back and forth between Louisville one of the Louisville players and I. So there's definitely
some fire last year between
absolutely,
both dugouts.
absolutely. So I'm sure they're gonna be. I might have a target on my back that series, but we love that. We love to be the.
Excited, man.
Exactly.
Excited. So, man, we're looking forward to this year. It's going to be a fun year, full of a lot of super cool opportunities and memories, and we're super excited to just be a part of Florida State and what it means to so many people, and especially to us, and how everybody's taken us in just as much as we've come here hoping that they would, and so. Man, just can't say enough about everybody that's involved, from the staff to the players to the fans to just everybody involved in the university. It's been a super cool place, just filled with so many amazing people, and it's a home away from home, man. I can't say anything else above it.
One guy I do want to thank that makes a lot of this happen is Mr. Alford. He's done so much for this program, and helped with a lot of the renovations and stuff that we have, and I just want to thank him and everything he's done, because he's been everything that I feel like we could ask for. And I think the relationship that he builds, even with his players in all sports, is special. And you see him on Twitter, and you see him post little things, and that goes a long way. So I just want to say thank you, Mr. Alford, for everything you do for us, and we really appreciate it.
Yep, no doubt, man. He's an amazing person, and really helped us a lot this year, and so we're super excited just for everything that's been done around this place. And obviously now our job is to go get wins and put wins on the table. So we're super excited for that, man. But all right, so first of all, last thing we want to do is we want to just a little bit of a question that we want to talk about.
Some fun.
So opening day, what's going to be your routine? Obviously mine, I don't know about you, mine stays the same throughout the season, but what's your opening day routine going to be like?
So for myself, I am a very superstitious guy. And I kind of got to go through something, kind of plan out something, what I want to do that day, see how it goes for me. If it works, probably going to be sticking to that. I mean, my routine stays the same as far as my baseball prep and, what I do in the cages and stuff like that. And maybe I change here and there, maybe depending on how I feel, I'm open to that. But as far as what I think my day is going to look like on Friday when I wake up, let's see. I'm definitely going to eat some breakfast. Probably home cook it, see how that goes. I don't think I've ever home cook the breakfast before a game. So I'm gonna home cook.
I recommend it.
I'm gonna home cook a meal. My family's actually come. A lot of my family's coming in town, and they'll be staying with me. So actually, maybe I'll have my mom. Actually, no. I'm not gonna have my parents do it because then they can't do it every weekend. If I have like a really good game, then I'm gonna be screwed. I'm like, Mom, you gotta come every day. You gotta do it. I just went 4 for 4. Like,
I need you back.
But I'll home cook a meal. Be able to hang out with them for a little bit. Until I have to go to the field. Get my mind right. Music is gonna be a big part of it. I really don't have a certain playlist I listen to, but definitely a certain vibe that I like to listen to before our game days. Before early on, it's more of like a relax, like just chill, get me into a good mood, happy mood, stuff like that. And then as we get closer to game time, maybe some hype music, some rap. So one song that I will say I have stuck with for quite some time in my career is "In the Air Tonight."
Okay, I love that song. That's a great song. That's a great song.
So that's one I like to hear. I like to play.
I might have to add that actually.
Yeah, it's a good. I mean, like you said, it just feel, like he says, you can just feel it coming in the air. So I like to be very positive and stuff like that. So that's a song that I always like to definitely play on game days. But then get to the field, do what I gotta do in the training room, maybe get some work done, or just get my body moving, get my body warmed up, get in the cages, do some pre-game routines, and some field stuff, see how I'm feeling that day, see what my hands are working, my body's moving, stuff like that. Then from there, kind of just what's on the schedule. We have pre-game BP, go through that, have a snack. One thing I would do before we go back on the field, like the last time being in the locker room, something that we started doing last year, and I would definitely carry it over, is eye black. I think that was a superstition of mine that I felt like it kind of just brought a different version of me on the field that was a good one. And it's something I'm going to stick with night, day, doesn't matter the time. It's something I'm going to be wearing. So I'm definitely put some eye black on, put the headphones on, get locked in, maybe listen to some motivational stuff along those lines, and then
it's game time.
Yeah, get on the field, get ready to go. I'm sure when I get back out there, usually when we come in, the fans it's not as packed yet because it's still early. But after the opposing team takes their BP and we get back out there, it's a little
It gets pretty loud. Yep.
So I'm excited for that, and just get out there and take it from there, and go out there and do what I can to help the team win. And I'm looking forward to it. But,
no doubt.
What do you got for me? What do you got? What do you think?
So honestly, my routine stays the same pretty much consistently. On the road, I'm still kind of trying to figure kind of what I didn't do as well on the road, and kind of have to figure out that routine. So kind of going to be playing with that on the road. But as far as at home, I don't have class on Friday, so I'm going to get up about 9, 10 o'clock, make some breakfast, kind of get rolling, put some music in. I usually try to read my Bible, try to get into the Word a little bit, and then I usually will either pick up lunch or make a quick lunch, get to the field around 12. I always go in the training room, get some work done, get my legs moving, get in the hot tub. I have to do my rehab stuff, just continue to keep my shoulder working and strong, and so I'll do that, and then usually get into the cage around 1, 2 o'clock and do my pregame routine. Not really a superstitious guy, but have a routine that I usually kind of stick to regardless, and going to be doing a little bit of that, taking the certain amount of swing, or not the certain amount of swings, but the certain amount of just places and swings that I kind of feel comfortable with, make sure my body's ready to roll, and kind of get going with that, and then just kind of get ready to go, man. Just get a snack in, get some food in me, and get ready to roll. So obviously music's a big deal for me, but I'm more of a country vibe, got a little bit of a Cody Johnson, Jason Aldean, those type of guys, man. A little bit of hype, but a little bit of country. Add a little bit of rap in there as we get towards game time.
Hopefully I don't have to try it out, but if it comes to a point where
I'll give you my playlist.
Text you like, hey, send me that playlist.
Yeah, I got you for sure. But man, we're excited, man. There's not enough we can say about the coaching staff and all those guys and the players. It's going to be a really good team this year, and I know we're super excited for it and can't wait to show y'all what we've been literally working on since August 21st. So we're super thankful for that, and just cannot say enough about all these guys, and so super excited for this opportunity to kind of get rolling and get another season started. So. I can't say enough, man. Obviously, we thank you to Double Fries and us all for having us and allowing us to kind of give y'all an inside look at what's going on around here at Florida State, and we're super excited to be a part of them and allow us to kind of give y'all a look into what our lives look like and how it's going for us. So, man, we would love it if y'all would like and subscribe to us and help us out just as much. And Jordan, you got anything to say before we sign off?
Yeah, just, like you said, just thank you guys for giving us this opportunity to do this for you. And I think some fans might be excited, and we're just as excited as them to do this. And I can sit here and talk for hours and hours.
No doubt.
I'm sure you guys don't want to listen to that, but I love just talking about baseball, talking about what goes on in our lives, and I'm very humbled and very thankful for this opportunity. So spread the word, get the word out. People who want, if you have any comments, anything you guys want to see, anything that you
any
feel
questions,
like,
we'd love to hear it, man.
Yeah,
it just helps us. It just helps us.
Exactly. So just put it in the comment section, reach out to us. I mean, if you DM me, I promise you I'll get back to you.
Me as well.
And just whatever it is that in your mind, or something, any advice, or I don't know, whatever it is that you guys are on your mind, just let us know, talk to us.
Any topics you want us to cover, man, we're all about it. We want to hear everything y'all think, and this is us talking, but this is for y'all and to get an inside look at what we do every day. So any questions, any thoughts on what's going on this season, man, we'd just love to hear it. So
we're open to anything. So shoot it to us. We'll look it over, and as long as fits the guidelines, we'll definitely do it. So
looking forward to it, man. Can't wait.
I think we're good.
Go Noles, man. Go Noles.
Yeah, go Noles, guys.
You ready?
Let's do it.